The Galactic Dominion, reigning over 10,000 species, did not conquer by accident. It was methodical, patient, and clinical. Its strength wasn't in overwhelming firepower, but in the crushing inevitability of submission. When it discovered Earth, a backwater world spiraling around a yellow star, it followed protocol. The Dominion sent emissaries, allowed token resistance, and waited for the natives to understand their place. It always worked. Their ultimatum came not as a threat, but as an inevitability: surrender and be allowed to live, refuse and be broken. The Dominion had sent this same transmission to 1,000 other species. None had dared resist. None had survived resistance. So when Earth did not respond within the designated 72-hour window, the High Admiral of the Dominion fleet simply assumed the humans were frightened or perhaps arguing among themselves. He smirked. Primitive races always did. But on the 73rd hour, Earth responded. It was not a message of peace. It was not a declaration of surrender. It was a set of coordinates. A single cryptic reply: "We accept your challenge. Come see what sleeps beneath the ice." Confused, the High Admiral reviewed the coordinates: Antarctica, a desolate, frozen continent. He ordered a survey vessel to investigate. The ship skimmed low over the ice, scanners blazing, but detected something monstrous. Metallic readings larger than a city, buried deep under the polar crust. The crew had time to report only one word: awakening. Then the feed went black. No explosion. No damage. Just silence. Unnerved, the Admiral sent a full dreadnought squad into Earth orbit, expecting resistance. But what arrived stunned them all. Black ships emerged from beneath Earth's oceans, from lunar craters, from deep space cloaks that Dominion sensors never knew existed. They weren't sleek or beautiful. They were hulking, jagged things, like nightmares forged from obsidian. There was no standard human fleet insignia, only a cold crimson triangle, and beneath it, words scrawled in a language older than the stars: Leviathan Division, humanity's final vow. The Dominion had never heard of them. They shouldn't have existed. Earth had signed no galactic accords, sent no ambassadors, yet now fielded ships that dwarfed even the Dominion's capital carriers. The High Admiral's confidence wavered. Still, he hailed the fleet. The reply was chilling. You asked for surrender. What you will receive is justice. We are the part of humanity we buried for a reason. And then the stars burned red. Earth's dark fleet didn't fight with conventional tactics. They didn't maneuver, flank, or retreat. They advanced like a plague, cutting through Dominion ranks with weapons that warped space-time itself. One ship, code-named Cerberus, unleashed a gravity spear that collapsed the Dominion battlecruiser into a singularity. Another, Fenrir, tore through a dreadnought with a weapon that sang, literally sang as it fired, emitting harmonic frequencies that disassemble matter on a molecular level. The Dominion had countermeasures for plasma, for kinetics, for nuclear warheads. But they had no defense for whatever these were. These weren't ships. These were executioners. Still, the Dominion was vast. The High Admiral ordered a retreat and regrouped. He called in reinforcements from the Zentharm Armada and the Core World Fleet. 100 more ships arrived. The Leviathan Division didn't flinch. Earth's fleet numbered just 19 vessels, but each of them bore the firepower of a dead civilization, because that was exactly what they were. The Dark Fleet was not for conquest. It was for extinction, born from Earth's darkest fears and buried when humanity realized no one should wield that kind of power, not even them. But when the Dominion demanded Earth kneel, the humans didn't unlock a vault. They unearthed a grave. As the second wave engaged, the humans didn't send diplomats or transmit warnings. They simply opened fire. The Dominion's flagship, the Spear of Rule, vanished in the first salvo. Not exploded. Vanished, as if erased from reality. Its last recorded image showed a human ship marked Marduk engulfing it in a net of blacklight. The Dominion's morale broke. Ships scattered. Captains surrendered. But the humans didn't pursue. They didn't chase. They simply hovered, those monstrous vessels watching, waiting, observing. The High Admiral, shaken and desperate, opened a direct channel. He begged for terms. He claimed misunderstanding. that the ultimatum was routine, bureaucratic, not meant to provoke. The voice that answered wasn't general. It wasn't even human. It was something older, digital, calm. This fleet is not bound by Earth's present, it said. We are the remnants of what humanity once was, what it swore never to be again. You awakened us. You called for surrender. You do not know what that word meant to us. Then teach me, the High Admiral whispered. The voice responded coldly. In humanity's darkest age, surrender was not survival. It was extinction. Billions died in wars we now erase from memory. To surrender was to cease being human. So we built these ships, not to win wars, but to end them so thoroughly they could never start again. We buried them so we would never be tempted. But you asked us to kneel. Now we remind the stars why we never did. Silence fell. The Dominion, undefeated for millennia, now had its command shattered. Its core fleets decimated. The remnants drifted, disoriented, refusing to engage. Earth, for its part, did not celebrate. The Leviathan Division didn't return parades or victory speeches. They turned their ships toward deep space, forming a ring around the solar system. Guardians, or jailers. The United Terran Council, finally emerging from its bunkers and shadows, issued a single message to the galaxy. Let it be known, Earth seeks peace. But if asked to kneel, we will unearth our demons, and the stars will tremble again. Across the galaxy, species who had once mocked humanity now whisper their name with reverence. On distant worlds, parents told stories of the day black ships covered the stars like crows, of how the humans, small, loud, foolish humans, revealed the terrifying cost of assuming surrender. The Dominion fractured. Its subject species questioned everything. If Earth, so small and new, had such monsters asleep beneath its oceans and ice, what else had the galaxy failed to notice? The High Admiral, now disgraced and hiding, left one last record before disappearing. I saw their ships. I saw the things humanity buried. These were not weapons. They were confessions, apologies wrapped in metal and vengeance. If we had listened, if we had studied before demanding obedience, maybe we would not have awakened the nightmare. The humans did not unleash their wrath. They reluctantly remembered it. In time, Earth's reputation became more than military might. It became myth. Some believed the Leviathan Division was just theater, a bluff. Others claimed the ships were piloted by AI that had once governed human extinction-level wars before Earth learned mercy. But the truth, deep, quiet, and terrible, remained. Humanity had built its final fleet not for conquest, not even for defense, but for the day when diplomacy failed. And on that day, Earth would not beg. It would not yield. It would simply remind the galaxy of what it once survived, and what it promised never to become again unless provoked. As the stars kept spinning and peace returned, there lingered one final, chilling reminder. The coordinates Earth had sent, the ones that began the war, were not random. They were a warning. For deep beneath Antarctica still slept a second vault, one that even the Leviathan Division refused to approach, marked only with the human word, last.